folks, we are back working on the next step of post-processing a natural light maternity image. In our last video, we um, took the image from the original, which had a lot of the reflected light around it, and it built an extended background and brought more focus to our subject, which is Mama here in the middle. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the warp tool and taking care of little things, subtle things that will take an image and bring the focus where we want it, which is of course this connection between mother and baby here. Um, Maternity photographs, possibly more than just about any other photograph of a woman, offers some unique challenges when it comes to the physique. Mama, if you look, has her knee pitched forward and across, and so if the skirt was slightly sheer, you would see that she has a standard glamour pose here, so that we could possibly get a nice rounded, more hourglass type of figure here. But when a woman is pregnant, she doesn't quite have the same balance and command of her legs and lower body as she does when she's without child. And so we didn't get as much of this look that we would have liked to have. Mom starts to also in the third trimester often start carrying some extra weight a little bit on her hips here. And while it's natural and by no means will we call it ugly, it's not the way she wants it necessarily photographed or kept in memory. And with her weight on her hip here, it just has gotten a funny little point. And since we did a really nice rim light there, it just draws all that much more attention to it. So today what we're going to do is soften some of these lines, as well as just take a little tiny bit off of the arms so that mom doesn't look at this and go, oh, I was so fat. Instead, she sees the beauty that we all see in this, and we're able to focus on that connection to mother and baby. So what we've done here is take the image with the new background, and we're going to go ahead and come on in super close and take our lasso tool here to the left, and I'm going to make it just a 10 pixel edge here, and I'm going to do a really loose lasso right here. And then we're going to copy, paste, or Command C, Command V, and now we're going to take this right here, this layer, and do Command T, hold down our control button, click inside and select warp, and now we're going to bring in Mama's hips just the tiniest little bit. Here we're going to make the adjustment so that we don't play with the contour, we still leave it natural. And you can see right here I'm starting to get a funny little dip, and those things happen. There we go, and now we're going to get a soft look right here, and a return helps us blend that down. And then there are two ways to go at this. One way is to use your erase tool over here on the left. I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to click right here. This is our layer mask tool. This is a non-destructive way to erase. And if you take this off, there you go. You can slightly see a little bit of a rim right here where we've done that, where the two sections meet. So with this bounding box right here on our mask, we're going to come over here and select our brush. We're going to make it rather large and very soft, 0% hardness, on black, and start erasing just little bits using our bracket tool to change the size and blend down. What this does is leave the image completely intact, so if I go back and change my mind, I can always actually click here, change it to white, and now add that mask right back, and so the original image is there. So I'm using a non-destructive form of erasure to blend this down softly, and just make sure here on the right hand side that's done. Again, I may add just the tiniest bit of noise to this, but honestly I don't think it's going to bother me in the least. And then I'm going to go back to my original image, and again, lasso tool. It's very fortunate this time that I don't have to work about matching anything. Here we are doing, we've submit our selection, Command C, Command V, so that's copy pasted. Again, right here, doing our layer mask, pick up our brush, oops, I'm sorry, we have got to do Command T to transform. Hold the control button, this is in Mac, and select warp. And we're going to bring that hip in just a little bit, not a lot. We're going to leave our natural contour there, just cut down the harshness of it, and enter. And so here we are before and after. I'm sorry, before and after. Now it won't bother Mom nearly so bad. I'm not worried about this at all because I am zoomed in quite closely. From out here, it's not a deal. And so, and then the other area, I'm holding my space bar and pulling down here. The other area that I'm going to work on a little bit is the arm. And you can see in my, let's see here, let's group these real fast. And so here is the layer that we're working on right now. And if I take you back to where I had done Mom before, you can see Mom here, the arms just softly brought in. So by no means are you going to sit there and look at that and say, oh, she's overly thin. Mom's not going to look at it and go, oh, you fixed me or you airbrushed me. But she will look at the final product and go, oh, I didn't look so bad after all. And so here we will pick up a rather generous section of Mom's arm. I'm going to bring it into the elbow and below here. So I can just bring the entire arm slightly down. So on my original again, Control C, Control V for copy paste, Control T, hold the, the Command T, hold the control button, click inside, warp, and now we're going to just bring that in just the tiniest little bit. And it looks like we're fortunate enough to make a blend really nice and right here and up here. So the selection that the change that we've made, it's very tiny, but you can see it really does help Mom. Just take that little puffiness the way that happens about this stage of the pregnancy. Again, going back to my original layer, and let's see here, let me remind myself, where did I bring that off before? All right, on this one, I chose to raise it right here. So what we're going to have to do is actually extend it this way just a little bit. Part of the reason is to make the mom's arm look thinner, but I liked this contour right here. That looks very soft and feminine. And this, opening this space up here just the tiniest little bit, is going to give me a little bit more of a natural feminine curve. And so here we go. I'm dropping it there. So I'm capturing all of the negative space behind Mom and then giving myself some good working space there. Now Command C, Command V, so copy pasted it, Command T, holding the control button down, clicking inside and hitting warp. And now I'm going to just move this out the tiniest little bit. Make sure that I've got a good blend here down below, because we want to make sure that this contour works correctly. You can't see any edges there. Hit return, and so now we've taken that and opened that up just the tiniest little bit. No rough edges here, no rough edges there. And so now we have all those, and then we flatten them, and then we end up with, there you go. And so that is where I took it with this image. And so now we have a mommy who has nice soft feminine look there and here. And then I took and I did the same thing below, so that if you look here, I just brought that in a little bit the way she normally would have done if she were not pregnant. So brought that in, and it gives us a nice rounded look, following the same guidelines as I used on the hips and on the arms. So good luck. Enjoy your warp tool, and as Sue Bryce says, warp responsibly. Thanks so much, and practice, practice.